All right, welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a great holiday. Um, Always nice to take a little time off, but always even better to get back to work. So hit me with questions. Let's get to work. A lot going on, as always. Man, one thing I do want to kind of start out with is VVPR. If you weren't here for the daily briefing, I really broke it down, and I still am enjoying using my tablet here. And at noon we talked about that potential for that 1250 break, and when and this is a Friday squeeze candidate. Okay, we talked about keeping this on your radar all week. I mean, this was a Friday squeeze back to back days, or back to back Fridays. A week ago Friday, it squeezed. Last week it squeezed. So definitely check out the daily briefings. I'm doing those over on my personal channel, which is at TBOHEN. So anyway, I'll link to it, but check those out. Great call on VVPR on Friday afternoon. So great Friday squeeze. For right now, just kind of getting you up to date. My main watch is VXRT. Pretty solid volume. They had some virus news, already spiked and pulled back. Basically, the plan will be, it's still early, so VXRT main watch as of now, super early, but virus news will watch a post 945 hard break for the standard dip and rip setup on a hot sector play. Keep in mind, market's down pretty big this morning, so it is a little quieter out there. Just keep that in mind. I'll probably be extra cautious and particularly focused on afternoons. The other one I'm keeping a close eye on is Nikola, NKLA. Bummer is they did a deal with the devil. NKLA for sure a higher priced dip and rip. Bums me out. They did a deal with the devil, and the devil is General Motors. Many of you know I grew up in Michigan. Listen, if you work at GM, hey, my uncle worked at GM, my brother worked at GM, my dad worked at a GM supplier, but the last decade or so, they have ran that company into the ground. Not they, like my dad and brother. The management of GM is slowly destroying that company. They should have went bankrupt in 2008. They should have been allowed to die. But that being said, Nikola is a dip and rip. So, all right, let's grab some questions here. But I want to be clear. Nikola is no longer, okay? I used to like Nikola as a swing trade. Not anymore. Not anymore. Thoughts on MICT and why it skyrocketed? Some BS. What is this? Yuck. So it spiked and failed. I don't like this. Late day only. So, yeah, if it's a VWAP, hold into the end of the day. Any potential when the market will recover? Listen, we had 2 red days. Keep in mind, yes, I know the market's red again today, But we're just back to levels from a week ago. So get this crash stuff out of your heads. GoGo, red to green. So GoGo has been one of the strongest stocks of last week, especially if the market can turn around. Love a red to green on GoGo. So love a red to green on GoGo, especially if the market turns around. What do you think about WKH? So, I mean, all of the EVs are probably going to have a rough day. So Tesla is down because of not getting included in the S&P 500. I don't think today is a day for EV plays. Now, you guys know I love electric vehicle plays, but I don't think today's the day. So, with Tesla getting hammered over not getting included in the S&P 500, I don't think this is a day for EV plays. Now, I'm just talking today. I want to be clear. I'm not saying EV plays are dead forever, but I think today the electric vehicle stuff is probably dead. KCAC, red to green in the afternoon. Kiavash, my man. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100% on KCAC. How far do you think tech will fall? I don't know. I don't care. Use the chart. React. Thank you, Tim. Changing my life one day at a time. Awesome. Great to hear. Love it. Any play on Apple? Again, quit looking for bottoms. Quit trying to guess bottoms. Just wait for the chart to tell you, Look for consolidation and then re-break out. And when I talk about these technical terms, one of the biggest, I think, must read is Technical Analysis Using Multiple Time Frames by Brian Shannon. This is a must read. So if I'm talking about consolidation, if I'm talking about, any sort of support and resistance, chart patterns, etc., buy this book, okay? I mean, I get nothing from it, okay? Look, I've met Brian Shannon. He was on the podcast. Great guy, by the way. Brian Shannon, Steady Trade. Episode 141 of Steady Trade Book Club. So anyway, Brian was on the podcast. Great guy. And it was a fun podcast too. But please buy this book. This is one of those things where if you're serious, buy this book and read it. Or here's your other option. Be lazy. Don't buy the book. Don't buy the book. And then when I talk about consolidation, when I talk about support and resistance, you'll be asking, well, what do you mean? Okay? Buy the book. Read it. Please. It's a must read, in my opinion. What's up with VXRT? It is a virus play. It is the top dip and rip of the day. Can a stock break out without trading its float? Of course. So now what you're looking for, when you're looking for breakouts that aren't rotating the float, you're looking for earnings winners, okay? You're looking for real companies, real news, okay? A great example is this week, we've got, we got Peloton coming up with earnings this week. Chewy has earnings. A lot of earnings winners this week. I'm actually excited about a lot of these. Let me look at where for the week. Yeah. So Slack. A lot of earnings this week. We got Slack tomorrow. Peloton and Chewy, Oracle on Thursday. So, but that's what you're looking for. You know, remember, float rotators are more of like a junk stock pattern, okay? When you're looking for real breakouts on real stocks, look for earnings winners. So, are there any videos on the ABCD and red to green patterns on STT? Yeah, I talk about it on the YouTube a lot. Otherwise, definitely jump in the the steady trade team. And those are concepts I talk about every day in the steady trade team. So, NSPR, I would say post 945 dip and rip. The chart's a disaster. NSPR is not my favorite, but it is a potential 945 dip and rip. Chart is a disaster. With market red, I say avoid early in the day. GME. We talked, man, GME's been a solid stock. I'm not in love. GME pulling pretty hard. Not in love with GME anymore. It was a nice earnings winner last week, so. CODX. I just saw CODX pop up here. CODX. They got news. 8 a.m. press release. I did not see this. Code testing. Okay. Hey, CODX is a great runner. Has a history of Jeez, I didn't realize CODX was all the way down to the 8s. Late day VWAP hold. Because of the chart, I would be concerned about a fail. Afternoon only. Afternoon only because of the last few weeks. My concern on the chart is this will fail early. And what I'm talking about is, you know, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just this is what I call a death drop, okay? I mean, CODX has had, look at this month that CODX had. I mean, August was not good for CODX. Basically red every day except for a couple itty-bitty, barely green days. Okay? So I'm going to finish on this one. This is like a textbook example of something I would say. Here's the thing. Even if the market was ripping, even if the market was strong, I would still say afternoon only on CODX. I mean, you guys see what I'm looking at, right? Every single day in August, red, other than a couple green days, and they were barely green days. Okay? So, yes, it's a virus play. Yes, it's a former runner. Yes, it has news. Those are all things I like. Why do I say doubly afternoon only, like on a VWAP hold or an ABCD type setup? That chart and the overall markets are red. Markets getting ready to take out Friday's lows. So, all right, everyone, have a great day. Check out that podcast with Brian Shannon. Again, you can Google Brian Shannon Steady Trade. It's episode 141. He was a great interview, great guy. The links are all here. Buy the freaking book and read it, okay? Here's the thing. If you don't buy this book and read it, you're too lazy. And I love all of you. I love each and every one of you on every one of these sessions. But if you're too lazy to buy and read this book, please never come on another one of these live streams. I mean, seriously. Please save my time and your time. Do something else, okay? Because you should be doing something else than trying to day trade or swing trade if you're not willing to buy and read this book. Go learn how to, I don't know, learn something else because you're not serious, all right? Okay. Remember I'll be back at noon over at Instagram /TBohen, TBOHEN. It's my only account. Any other account is an imposter, and I'll see you over there at noon.